good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, the 2nd of April. I hope you're having a good day so far. I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here where it is overcast today, but at least it's not muggy, so that's nice. All right, so the moon has moved into Gemini now, so we're now looking at the flavor of the moon being ruled by Mercury in Pisces retrograde. So lots and lots of confusion potentially around today, although it could be a great day for you to look back at your own reality or your own existence, the things that have happened to you in the past, and figure out maybe where, you know, maybe where things have been better for you because Venus is also there, and the North Node. So it's like, what at one time in your life when things were really good, what were the things that you were doing then that you're not doing now? All right, so that's definitely a flavor of what's going on. And yeah, just watch for confusion today. All right, like I said, moon ruled by Mercury retrograde in Pisces. It just does not like being there. It's in detriment there. It's a bit confused because it's rules Virgo, where it's very analytical. In Pisces, it's very confused. It's like foggy and meh. And also, at 1 p.m., the moon is trine Pluto. So this could be all right, so up until that point, it might be a little bit like I don't know what's going on, or maybe there is a little bit of unintentional deception, or maybe all the facts aren't coming out. But around that 1 o'clock mark, when it's a trine, which is harmonious, to Pluto, which brings clarity, secrets revealed, things coming up out of the darkness. So, again, maybe just be very aware of the things that you are saying today, and also what you're thinking. Don't get into the trap of stinking thinking and then get all bummed out on yourself because the moon's in Gemini, and then you're like, oh, maybe you can have some, just give yourself a couple of minutes and just keep checking in on yourself so that inner critic is not going mental, and maybe turn that inner observer on to just sort of pay attention, especially if you start to feel you're like, sorry, what am I thinking? If this is a sudden onset of a yucky feeling. There we go. Let me click some buttons and see who is here. Hello, Lauren. How are you? Good morning, Alicia. Hey, Heather. Good morning, Sean. How are you? All right, so I've got a different type of special on today. All right, so, I'm in Sydney and I'm funding all my own trips up here. So I've got a sale on. I know, I haven't, pretty random, but I've got these cards. Okay, so I've got like 7 packets of tarot over there. Now these are by Doreen Virtue. All right, so they're her original cards. Okay, so now I've just done a quick search on them, and they go from anywhere between $117 to like $40. So now I'm going to draw the card. They are in used condition, but as you can see, they are in perfect condition. It's like they haven't even been used, and they go with a bag. All right, so I don't know whether you've got a choice. I've tried to get the bags that were most matchy. So we've got purple with gold. They look nice actually on them. Pink with a lilac on the inside, or purple with a pink on the inside. So if any of these tickle your fancy and you would like to purchase them, a $50 charge, which is the bag and the cards, and probably like I think it's $12 postage to anywhere in Australia. So if this type of thing interests you, I will draw the card from here, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again, this is just an experiment, because what is life but a series of experiments? And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you just move on and try something else. Maybe this is part of that thing that I was saying about looking back at your own history and seeing what has worked and felt good for you, and trying to replicate those in the moment now. All right, so the card that we've got here is autumn, and it is. All right. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap a wonderful harvest and abundance. All right, so there we go. They're very, very pretty cards. On the back, she's got a wand there. All right, so you know, and we are in the autumn season, you know, and you know, maybe with that, with the sort of vibe of today of paying attention to what you're thinking, it does give you the opportunity to let go of these, you know, some of these old negative sort of inner critic type stuff that we've got, you know, ruminating and just going round and round in circles in our mind. Like I was saying, I did a live earlier on Instagram, and you know, a story about myself from yesterday. I currently have transiting Pluto, all right? So Pluto in the sky is coming up to square my Mercury, all right? So the way that I communicate and think, and you know, the things that I dwell upon, all right? So I found myself getting really, really agitated and upset about something, and I was just like, this is just weird. So, you know, I had a chat with someone, and out of it, I sort of had to, like, I got really upset, and then I had to pull back and go, like, what am I thinking? Like, why am I thinking this? All right. So I guess for me, you know, that Pluto is challenging me to transform my thoughts. But the same goes for the moon in Gemini, you know, be very, very aware of what you're thinking, because Mercury is in retrograde and in Pisces. All right. So, you know, that's not the most uplifting and, you know, vibrant sort of vibe, but it's still one that is important. Right, I will click some buttons. Hello, Deb. How are you? Time for rest and reflection. Absolutely, absolutely. So that's pretty much actually. I'll read the words because you know. All right. So the thing about today is, there's two things about today, and why not with Gemini Moon. So the opinions of others are not your concern. You're steering your own ship, and destiny is in your hands. All right. So again, pay attention to that thinking. And then the other thing is sometimes you just need to listen and hold space for people to speak and figure out their own stuff. Listen, think, and observe at what's really going on today. All right. So, and like I was saying at the beginning, you know, around that 1 p.m. mark, I think there's going to be some really strong energy around for just, you know, getting through things, you know, whether they're, I mean, it's a positive transit, it's a trine, you know, but it's still Pluto, so it might be that little bit confronting. So one more click. And like I was saying, if anybody is interested in, good morning, Elizabeth. If anybody's interested in purchasing, you know, today I've got the magical messages of with fairies, Doreen Virtue, her original cards. And, you know, I've got a couple of varieties of colours that go lovely with that. So that's $50 Australian plus postage if anybody is interested, if you are on YouTube. And of course, I am doing readings, you know, whether they're in person if you are in Sydney, or, you know, I'm doing Zooms as well. So my booking link is up the top in the bio, up the top in the group, or in the bio if you are watching this on YouTube. So I hope you have a lovely day, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Now, when I see you tomorrow, we're going to have the moon conjunct Jupiter. So tomorrow morning is going to be get out and do something fun, maybe go for a walk, you know, give yourself time to ponder and think things, because there's a lot of wisdom coming up tomorrow morning with that moon Jupiter. So have a great day, and yeah, reach out if you would like any of the things that I've said today. So have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.